Under the blazing Egyptian sun, a majestic palace rises, its golden walls reflecting centuries of power and secrets. The palace stands as a testament to a man's extraordinary journey from the depths of despair to the pinnacle of leadership. A sweeping view reveals the architectural marvel, a beacon of hope and ambition against the stark desert landscape. Narrator: this is not just the story of a dreamer. It's the story of a man who touched the bottom to govern a nation. The sun casts long shadows, hinting at the trials and triumphs that lie within the palace walls, where destiny awaits. In the grand throne room, Joseph, now a powerful governor, commands attention before a hushed crowd. His regal bearing masks a past etched with suffering, visible in the depths of his eyes. The weight of his journey is palpable as he surveys the assembled people. A silent testament to resilience, Joseph stands as a beacon of authority and untold stories. Under the sun's gaze, a youthful Joseph, barely 17, watches over his father Jacob's flock. His simple tunic blends into the landscape, a stark contrast to the weight of his responsibilities. The vast, open field stretches before him, a symbol of both freedom and the burdens he carries. In the quiet solitude of the day, Joseph's youthful face carries a hint of unspoken dreams. Flickering candlelight casts dancing shadows on the canvas walls of Jacob's tent, mirroring the unease within. Young Joseph sits across from Jacob, his face earnest, eyes wide with the wonder of a dream. His voice, filled with both wonder and trepidation, begins to recount the vision. "I dreamt that we were binding sheaves of grain," Joseph recounts, his brow furrowed in thought. "Suddenly my sheaf rose and stood upright," he continues, the dream's vivid imagery clear in his voice. "Your sheaves gathered around mine and bowed down to it," Joseph concludes, the tent silent with anticipation. Sunlight bathes the open field as Joseph walks towards his brothers, a basket laden with food in his arms. The brothers turn, their expressions hardening into glares of resentment. A palpable wave of envy washes over the group, the air thick with unspoken animosity. Joseph approaches unaware, his innocent gesture met with cold, silent hostility. The idyllic field becomes a stage for simmering tensions and brewing betrayal. Sunlight bathes the open field as dust motes dance in the air. Brothers huddle, their shadows stretching, a palpable tension simmering between them. Unspoken resentment hangs heavy in the air, a storm about to break. A sneering voice cuts through the silence. "Here comes that dreamer! Let's kill him and throw him into one of these cisterns," they plot, malice twisting their faces. In the pit, Joseph's vibrant coat is ripped away, leaving him exposed and vulnerable. He is thrown into the abyss, a deep, dark pit swallowing him whole. His desperate cries echo in the darkness, unanswered and alone. The pit imprisons Joseph, his silhouette fading into the shadows. Under the relentless sun, a dusty road leads to the majestic pyramids, symbols of an ancient, imposing world. Young Joseph, fragile against the harsh landscape, is forced towards a band of Ishmaelite traders. His eyes, wide with anguish, capture the crushing weight of his fate. Each grain of sand seems to mock the life he knew, now slipping through his fingers. The pyramids loom, indifferent to the silent scream trapped within Joseph's heart. In Potiphar's bustling courtyard, Joseph stands amid servants, his every move observed by the stern captain of the guard. Joseph begins his work, his efficiency and respectful demeanor quickly setting him apart from the crowd. Days melt into weeks as Joseph's diligence shines, his integrity earning Potiphar's growing trust. Joseph manages each task with skill, his quiet competence turning the chaos into seamless order. Inside Potiphar's opulent home, his wife, draped in flowing robes, makes a seductive advance. Joseph stands firm, his expression a mask of conflict as temptation swirls around him. His voice rings with conviction, battling against the allure. "How then could I sin against God?" The air crackles with unspoken tension as Joseph resists, his resolve unwavering. Potiphar's wife, with torn clothes and tear-streaked face, points a trembling finger towards Joseph, her accusation hanging heavy in the air. Potiphar's face contorts in fury, his fist crashing onto the table as he glares at the accused. "He tried to seduce me. He attacked me in my own home," she cries, her voice filled with dramatic despair and rage. "Seize him. Throw him into the dungeon. He will rot there." Potiphar bellows, his command sealing Joseph's fate as guards grab him. The heavy iron door clangs shut, echoing Joseph's solitude in the cold, damp prison cell. Shadows cling to the walls as Joseph is thrown roughly into the stark, unforgiving space. He sits alone on the stone floor, the silence broken only by the drip of water. Head bowed, he seeks solace in prayer, a silent plea rising in the oppressive darkness. Dim prison light flickers, casting shadows on cold stone. Joseph sits, his face a mask of concern. The chief cupbearer trembles, eyes wide with lingering horror from his dream. Beside him, the chief baker is visibly shaken, haunted by visions only he can see. Silence hangs heavy, broken only by the distant sounds of the prison. A symphony of despair. Sunlight streams into the somber prison, casting shadows across the cold stone floor. Joseph sits serenely, his face illuminated by a gentle ray of light. A quiet hope flickers in Joseph's eyes as he interprets the cupbearer's dream. Joseph leans forward, his voice soft yet firm, a beacon of hope in the darkness. "But when all goes well with you, remember me," Joseph pleads, his gaze intense. "Mention me to Pharaoh," he urges, a desperate hope lingering in his words. Sunlight paints bars across the cold stone cell, highlighting Joseph's gaunt face and intensely burning eyes. Joseph gestures, his voice echoing in the stark space as he speaks of fate and grim prophecies. "The 3 baskets on your head, baker. They are 3 days," Joseph says, his gaze unwavering. "Pharaoh will lift up your head from you, and he will hang you on a tree, and the birds will eat your flesh." Sunlight pierces the prison gloom as the cupbearer, bewildered but relieved, is escorted from his cell. Prisoners watch, their faces a mix of envy and resignation as freedom beckons for one among them. The cupbearer pauses, his eyes flicker with recognition as he glances back at Joseph in his cell. Then, turning from the past, the cupbearer hurries towards the light, leaving shadows behind. Years have passed in the cold prison cell. Joseph sits alone, his face a map of time and unwavering belief. The dim light casts long shadows, highlighting the deep lines etched by waiting and hope. His eyes, though weary, still hold a spark of the faith that has sustained him through the years. In the stark solitude, Joseph remains a figure of quiet strength and enduring conviction. Inside the opulent palace, Pharaoh's restless pacing fills the echoing halls. His brow is furrowed, worry lines deepening with each step. Tormented by a recurring dream, his face is a mask of anxiety. An unspoken dread hangs heavy in the air around the troubled ruler. Inside the stark prison, the cupbearer's eyes widen, a sudden realization piercing through. He fidgets nervously, a storm of guilt and desperate hope brewing beneath his furrowed brow. "Today I am reminded of my shortcomings," he begins, his voice heavy with regret. The weight of past errors hangs heavy in the air as he relives old memories. When Pharaoh was once angry, he recalls, the grim prison walls seeming to close in around him. "He imprisoned me and the chief baker," the cupbearer recounts, "in the house of the captain of the guard." From the depths of his prison cell, Joseph is summoned, the heavy door creaking open to a sliver of daylight. Guards lead him through the palace's labyrinthine corridors, each footstep echoing with the weight of his uncertain fate. The cool, damp air of the prison gives way to the opulent, perfumed atmosphere of the royal chambers. He is brought before Pharaoh, the ruler's presence a palpable force, radiating power from his throne. Pharaoh's gaze pierces through Joseph, assessing the man brought before him from the darkness. The air crackles with anticipation as Joseph awaits Pharaoh's judgment, his destiny hanging in the balance. Morning sun bathes the Pharaoh's palace, illuminating intricate carvings. Pharaoh sits on his majestic throne, a troubled expression clouding his face. He leans forward, his gaze intense as he addresses Joseph directly. In my dream, I was standing on the bank of the Nile. Pharaoh begins, his voice echoing. Out of the river, there came up 7 cows, fat and sleek. He recounts, lost in the vision. Sunlight floods the Pharaoh's opulent throne room, illuminating golden statues and rich tapestries. Joseph stands before the mighty Pharaoh, his gestures earnest as he interprets the royal dream. The dream signifies that there will be 7 years of great abundance, Joseph declares, his voice echoing. Joseph warns, but afterward, 7 years of famine will arise. The famine will devastate the land. Inside the opulent palace, sunlight bathes Pharaoh, adorned in regal splendor, as he gestures with kingly grace. Hieroglyphs dance in the sunlit air, as courtiers watch with bated breath. Pharaoh's face, etched with admiration, beams upon Joseph. A hush falls over the court, anticipation hanging heavy in the air. Since God has made all this known to you, Pharaoh proclaims, his voice echoing through the hall. There is no one so discerning and wise as you are, the Pharaoh declares, his words a weighty pronouncement. Under the blazing Egyptian sun, Joseph orchestrates the grain harvest, his presence commanding amidst the bustling activity. Workers move with focused energy, a symphony of labor as they gather the bounty of the fertile land. Golden grains cascade into overflowing storehouses, a visual promise against the looming famine. The city thrives in a moment of plenty, unaware of the trials the future holds. Years later, famine ravages the once lush Egyptian fields, the earth now barren and cracked under the relentless sun. Gaunt figures roam the desolate landscape, their hollow eyes reflecting the depths of hunger and despair. The air shimmers with heat as the sun beats down, intensifying the suffering etched on every face. A silent testament to the land's ruin. The once vibrant fields now whisper tales of desolation and loss. Under the Canaan sun, a barren landscape reveals Jacob's sons, their faces marked by hunger and worry. Their father's voice breaks the silence, questioning their inaction. Why do you just keep looking at each other? Jacob's command pierces the air, a beacon of hope in their despair. I have heard that there is grain in Egypt. A desperate plea echoes. Go down there and buy some for us, he urges, the weight of survival heavy in his words. Joseph sits at his grand desk, a subtle smile playing on his lips, the culmination of years etched in his eyes. His brothers enter, their heads bowed in shame and supplication. They prostrate themselves, faces hidden, a silent acknowledgement of their past transgressions. The air is thick with unspoken history, of dreams and betrayals finally coming to fruition. Joseph watches, the weight of the moment settling upon him, a mix of triumph and sorrow. His childhood dream unfolds before him, a complex tapestry of fate and forgiveness. Joseph sits behind a desk, buried in documents, his gaze fixed on his anxious, travel-worn brothers. A flicker of recognition crosses Joseph's eyes, quickly masked by a stern, unreadable expression. He studies them intently, the silence broken only by the rustle of papers on his crowded desk. Joseph's voice cuts through the tension. You are strangers. You have come to spy on the nakedness of the land. Joseph's stern gaze dominates his grand office, a silent command hanging in the air. Behind a large desk, Joseph's face is an unreadable mask. His brothers stand before him, a picture of subdued humility. Heads bowed, they await Joseph's judgment in the solemn space. A heavy silence fills the office, broken only by the weight of unspoken words. The air is thick with tension as the brothers face Joseph's unyielding presence. Dusty and worn, the brothers make their way back into Canaan, their figures silhouetted against the harsh sunlight. Relief and unease war on their faces as they trudge towards Jacob's tent. The weight of their journey evident in every step. The vastness of Canaan stretches behind them, a silent witness to the trials they have endured. Jacob's tent looms ahead, a beacon of hope and trepidation in the desolate landscape. Beneath the relentless sun of Canaan, Jacob stands resolute, his face a canvas of deep, paternal worry. The arid land stretches endlessly, mirroring the vastness of his concerns. He shakes his head slowly, a silent expression of his burdened thoughts. His eyes, pools of protective fear, search the horizon, seeking what dangers may come. Every line on his weathered face tells a story of love, duty, and apprehension. Under the harsh Canaan sun, famine's grip tightens, etching worry deep into Jacob's face. His eyes, pools of sorrow and fragile hope, reflect the agonizing decision he must make. With heavy heart, Jacob slowly nods, a father's love battling the desperation of survival. Permission granted, but at what cost? Benjamin will journey to Egypt with his brothers. A silent prayer escapes Jacob's lips, entrusting his son to fate's uncertain path. The brothers enter Joseph's office, shuffling with unease. Benjamin is among them, his presence adding a layer of complexity. Joseph stands tall, a figure of authority, his face initially unreadable, masking the storm within. As his gaze lands on Benjamin, Joseph's hardened expression softens, revealing a hidden tenderness. A wave of emotion washes over Joseph, a silent acknowledgement of the bond he thought he had lost. Inside Joseph's office, a long, ornate table is laden with a feast, the room exuding an air of regal composure. Joseph gestures with authority, directing his brothers to their assigned places. The brothers enter, their eyes widening as they behold the opulent setting and precise seating arrangement. A palpable sense of awe and unease fills the room as they take in the scene. In the dimness of Joseph's office, shadows cling to him like secrets as he looms over Benjamin's sack. A gleaming silver cup, an object of desire and deception, is carefully placed deep within the folds of the sack. His face is an impassive mask, revealing nothing of the turmoil or the strategy beneath. The act is deliberate, a calculated move in a high-stakes game of loyalty and truth. Each movement is precise, imbued with the weight of his hidden intentions. This final test will reveal the true nature of his brothers, their capacity for sacrifice and honor. On the sun-drenched road to Canaan, Joseph's steward bursts forward, his cloak a dark wing against the golden fields. He halts abruptly, planting himself squarely in the path of the approaching brothers. His face hardens into a mask of stern accusation, the air thick with unspoken charges. The tranquil road transforms into a stage for impending confrontation, shadows lengthening with the growing tension. In Joseph's office, the brothers stand, worry and desperation etched into their faces, a silent plea hanging in the air. Judah steps forward, his voice trembling yet firm, ready to plead before the powerful Joseph. "I beg you, my lord, let me speak a word in your ear." Judah begins, his eyes filled with earnest supplication. "Do not be angry with your servant," he pleads, acknowledging Joseph's authority. "Though you are equal to Pharaoh himself." In a desperate offer, Judah concludes, "Please, let Benjamin go. Let me take his place. I will remain as your slave." In his office, Joseph's carefully constructed facade begins to crumble, revealing the raw emotion beneath. Years of deception weigh heavily on Joseph, his face etched with a mixture of resolve and suppressed pain. His eyes blaze with unveiled truth, a lifetime of secrets about to spill forth. The air crackles with unspoken tension as Joseph prepares to reveal his identity. With a voice filled with emotion, Joseph declares, "I am Joseph." His voice trembling with hope and fear, he asks, "Is my father still living?" In the somber office, the brothers stand frozen, their faces masks of terror and shame. Subtle tremors run through their bodies, betraying the profound inner turmoil they can no longer hide. Joseph regards them with a gaze filled with compassion, his eyes reflecting a deep understanding. Joseph's voice cuts through the heavy silence, offering solace. "Do not be distressed, and do not be angry with yourselves, because it was to save lives that God sent me ahead of you," Joseph says, his words a balm to their wounded spirits. Sunlight paints Joseph's opulent office in gold, highlighting rich tapestries and a polished desk. Joseph, regal in Egyptian attire, surveys his brothers with a commanding presence. His voice resonates with authority and longing, cutting through the sunlit air. "Bring Jacob and all our families to Egypt," Joseph declares. "It is time for us to be reunited." Under the scorching sun, Jacob and his family embark on a long journey, their figures dwarfed by the expansive desert. Camels, laden with supplies, plod through the endless dunes, each step raising clouds of fine, golden sand. The sun beats down relentlessly, casting long, distorted shadows that stretch and dance across the barren landscape. Hope and trepidation mingle in their weary eyes as they press onward, driven by dreams of a new beginning. The promise of Egypt shimmers on the horizon, a distant oasis of hope in the vast, unforgiving wilderness. Across the sun-drenched fields of Goshen, Joseph arrives, his eyes searching the horizon for a familiar face. A figure appears in the distance, Jacob. Recognition floods Joseph's face, his heart leaping with hope and longing. Driven by an unstoppable force, Joseph sprints towards his father, the years of separation collapsing with each stride. The moment arrives, a tearful embrace, a father and son reunited after years of anguish and uncertainty. Tears stream down their weathered faces, a testament to enduring love and the profound joy of finding each other again. Under the vast sky of Goshen, Joseph oversees the settling of his family, a promise of sanctuary amidst famine's grip. Wagons creak as they unload precious belongings, the sound echoing through the golden fields, a new beginning. Children laugh, their faces alight with hope as they explore their new home, a stark contrast to the hunger elsewhere. Joseph watches, his expression a mix of relief and determination, ensuring every family member is cared for. Fields are sown, hope sprouting with each seed planted, a testament to resilience in the face of despair. Smoke rises from hearths, a symbol of warmth and sustenance, painting a portrait of life renewed in Goshen. In his final moments, Jacob lies frail in his deathbed, surrounded by the soft glow of morning light. Sunlight bathes the faces of his sons, gathered in solemn vigil. Jacob's eyes, though dim, shine with a lifetime of love and memories. His trembling hand rises slowly, reaching out to his beloved sons. Each breath is a struggle, each moment precious as time slips away. A poignant scene of farewell unfolds, filled with unspoken love and impending sorrow. Under the vast open sky of Canaan, a funeral procession moves slowly, carrying Jacob to his final resting place. Mournful faces reflect the weight of loss as the procession winds through the sun-drenched landscape. The warm light of day casts long shadows, symbolizing the end of an era and the setting of a great life. The land seems to mourn with them, its silent beauty amplifying the solemnity of the occasion. A collective sigh hangs in the air as Jacob's body is prepared for interment, marking a poignant farewell. The landscape stands witness to the end of Jacob's journey, his legacy now etched into the very soil of Canaan. Sunlight floods Joseph's opulent office, revealing dust motes dancing in the air like fleeting memories. Lavish decorations speak of power, yet a palpable tension hangs heavy, a silent testament to recent events. The room is a stage for unspoken fears, Jacob's death casting long shadows over his brothers. An unsettling calm pervades, hinting at the turmoil beneath the surface of Joseph's domain. Sunlight fills Joseph's grand office, casting a warm glow as he regards his brothers. Joseph's expression is a mixture of understanding and calm authority. "Don't be afraid," Joseph says, his voice steady and reassuring. He leans forward slightly, his gaze intense but compassionate. "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good," he explains. Joseph's words hang in the air, filled with forgiveness, saving of many lives. Under the scorching sun, the vast Egyptian countryside unfolds. Golden fields stretch to the horizon, a testament to the land's bounty. Joseph's silhouette stands tall, a beacon of wisdom amidst the golden expanse. His compassionate gaze sweeps over the land, a silent promise of prosperity. Egypt thrives under Joseph's guidance, a land of hope and abundance. Sunlight paints the humble room as dust motes dance in the golden air, illuminating Joseph's ancient face on his deathbed. His frail body rests in the simple wooden bed, his face a roadmap of wisdom etched by the relentless passage of years. Though his breathing is shallow, Joseph's eyes burn with unwavering faith, a beacon in the dimming light. With a bony hand, he gestures weakly to those gathered at the foot of his bed, his voice a whisper of eternity. "I know that God will surely come to your aid," Joseph rasps, his words imbued with the weight of prophecy. "Swear to me that you will carry my bones up from this place," he pleads, his final wish echoing in the sacred space. Under the blazing Egyptian sun, the palace stands as a beacon of power, its golden walls reflecting Joseph's ascent. The land flourishes, a testament to Joseph's wisdom, with fields of grain swaying in the desert breeze. Life thrives in the heart of Egypt, vividly showcasing the prosperity brought forth by Joseph's faith. A vibrant tableau unfold, illustrating Joseph's enduring resilience against all odds. Narration: if God gave you a dream, no betrayal can take it away.